Well, welcome everybody to Grand Manan 2022 with Jeff and Donna. We're so happy to be back. It's been at least a year since we've been here, and we really love coming. So we hope you really enjoy this adventure. We've got some videos, we got some pictures. We had a great time. We hiked, we biked, we ate, we reconnected with some great friends. So come along for the ride, take a look at Swallowtail, look back to the Brunswick coast, and I hope you enjoy this trip to Grand Manan.
I am a fisherman, I work on the bay. Be a trap dragger along the line, now I know my way. My boat, she's a sound one, and she'll bring me home. A fisherman's life's all I've known. Don't let that bay fool you, she's one evil witch. When a nor'easter blows, that weather will switch. That bay was as smooth and slick as glass. Now she's twisted and angry and won't let you pass. Taught by my father, now I'm on my own. When the weather got bad, now I'm dead made for home. But me, I'm a brave one and I know no fear.
We were really happy to see Hippie Cat. We stayed at Ingles Cottages, once again in Ingles Head. We really enjoy it there. This is a little orange tabby that's been there for years, and we don't see him every year. We didn't see him the last couple years. You can see he's all mangled. He's a sweet cat. We call him Hippie Cat because he always comes over to you, and he always looks like he's stoned. But he's so friendly. He spent a lot of time with us. You know, he's just got the paws, double paws, and his ears all chewed up.
What are you doing?
Some people call him Beach Kitty.
What?
But he certainly likes to spend a lot of time with us when he gets a chance.
He's going to come up here so bad. He's going to come up my lap. Don't you? I see.
We like to think he was happy to see us too. We bought some kitty kibble while we were there. So what do you do in Grand Manan anyway? Well, lots of hiking opportunities. This little snail was up in the middle of a tree. I don't think I've ever seen that before. This was on the Red Point Trail that runs from the Red Point Road to the Anchorage Beach. On this trail is the signing tree. We were fortunate enough to meet Gene. Actually, it's Gene Hudson. In previous years, we'd met him. He encouraged us to sign the signing tree. He signs it every day that it goes by. He maintains this trail along with Alice and Ingalls. This was always a nice short walk we did. You can see at the bottom, Donna and Jeff, we signed on that date, the 12th of August, 2022. It's the first time. We have never noticed that it was there before. But Gene, and there he is. Gene was a lovely man. He walked back with us all the way back to our car. And he told us all about his trees. He's a great guy. Everybody's got to go to Swallowtail. The weather will change in a minute in Grand Manan, going from sunshine as it is here with a little bit of fog off the coast, sometimes what we think is the best conditions you could possibly have there. What a beautiful place. If you've never been there. It's not touristy, so don't look for a lot of gift shops. There's a few. Don't look for a lot of restaurants. But if you enjoy beaches, hiking, biking, looking for seashells, sea glass, kayaking, whale watching, and there's never a shortage of picture opportunities or video opportunities. This walkway down to the actual lighthouse can make some people nervous. It drops off on both sides, as you can see. It's the only way to get there. You notice the islands off the coast. This is looking back to Pettis, I think it's Pettis Cove, or I think it's Pettis Beach, sorry. And on this day, the fog was cooperating and creating a real mystical and very special environment. Sometimes you just gotta soak it in. Wow, just wow sometimes. That's all you can say. As we moved on, we got to the lighthouse itself. It's no longer commissioned. And it's privately owned, I believe. But this is a very special place, especially if you can time it for when the ferry is coming or going. You'll see seals, birds. If you're really lucky, you'll see a whale offshore here. You almost always see something on the ferry boat, which is an hour and a half from Black's Harbor to North Head. The obligatory selfie. Bring a lunch, pick a nice day. But don't wait too long, because in 5 minutes it could change. It's a wonderful spot. You feel like you're on the edge of the universe, stuck out in the middle of the water, and many times you can't see more than 500 yards out. And as you can see, there's not too many people here, given the time of day. Grand Manan always feels like it's your own. All of the beaches. It's rare to see lots of people on a beach when you're there. Same thing with the trails. This is looking south, looking down towards the other end of the island. At Grand Manan, there's an archipelago right here. This side of the island is mostly sea level, while there's sheer cliffs on the western side of the island on the main side. Obviously fishing is important here. If you can't tell, we both love it here and come here virtually every year now for at least 2 weeks to rent a cottage. This was our first year with our boy Simon. It was tough. Because almost everything you do on Grand Manan had centered around our dog Simon. The beaches, the hiking trails. But we did okay. We had a lot of good friends. We've made so many nice friends on Grand Manan over the years. And visiting with them helped us through those difficult moments. You can see the plaque here right out at the end. It's very rugged. It'd be something to be out here in the middle of the wintertime when it's icy and blowing. We're very fortunate in that the ferry is only 4 hours from our door. I don't recall what was on the end here. Obviously some metal rusted structure. It's that ferry boat heading back. They typically meet about halfway, one coming, one going. Grand Manan 5 of the adventure in the last few years. As long as they're both running. We timed it because we knew what time the ferry was coming in. We timed so that we would be out here so we could watch it come. It's worth it. It's quite magical to watch it, especially on a calm day like today where it elegantly sleeks its way in. One of my favorite ferry rides I've ever been on. In good weather. One of the things about Grand Manan is that there's so many picture opportunities, you almost have to force yourself to stop taking them. As you can tell from what we were wearing, it was a very nice day in Grand Manan. Short sleeves, shorts. See the person way at the edge watching the ferry come in. Perhaps the first time they've ever done it. I'm very mindful these days that you can never do something for the first time ever again. When we arrived at our cottage, of course the Epic Cat was there, but a good friend of ours from Maine had brought us some flowers. I always bring my guitar to the cottage because I usually write a lot of music here for some reason. It's inspiring. While we were there at the museum, and they have a fabulous museum if you ever get a chance to go, there's a gentleman there, John, I have to remember his name, whose occupation or preoccupation is taking tintypes, which is Civil War time technology for taking photographs on tin. This is the view from our cottage at Ingleshead Cottages. That tide comes and goes throughout the day and the weather changes. I can literally sit there all day and watch it. Pretty close. Coffee in the morning, something nice in the middle of the day, a glass of wine in the evening. We were fortunate enough that when we were there, that Tennille Towns was playing a benefit concert at the high school because she had written a song with some other people called Jersey on the Wall, which was inspired by a tragic event that happened on Grand Manan. Good friends of ours lost their granddaughter and their niece. Tennille did this wonderful concert to a packed house at the gymnasium. She arranged to come here. I see this year she's emceeing the Juno Awards and is nominated, of course. It was a great time. It was a great way to see the local community coming together. And she spent time with the family, of course. She has lots of hair, a great voice, and a very distinctive guitar. Every year in this gymnasium they dedicate a 3-on-3 basketball tournament in her honor. Danielle Park. Castalia Marsh is an amazing place as well, about midway up the island, with ocean on one side and marsh on the other. Southwest Head is incredible. Everybody goes there to see the sunset. I mentioned earlier about the Red Point Trail. Well, this was the Hudson Trail right across the parking lot from it. I always seem to take a lot of pictures of our cottage. next year. One day we went with a local gentleman and our good friend to walk out at low tide. Just to see if we could get out and climb up to this tower buoy. Tidal pools, periwinkles. These are old, I guess it's lobster pounds, I'm not sure. But like most places in the Bay of Fundy, the tides here are very high. This was just a fun adventure, and we never would have done it if it wasn't for our two friends who invited us. That's one of the big benefits of making friends on the island. You get to see and do things you never would do on your own. There it is in the distance. You can see we're working our way. We have to go through the muddy mussel beds, which you're not allowed to harvest there. They're not safe to eat. There's one beach clam digging place, and that's actually at English Head where we stay, where it's safe to get clams. This is as touristy as Grand Manan gets. And that's why we love it. These old waters are well past their prime and in disrepair. We go to Grand Manan for 2 weeks without a plan. We simply know that every day we're going to get up and do something. We're either going to bike, or we're going to walk, or we're going to go to the market, or we're going to visit friends, or we're just going to drive one into the other. We're going to look at the sunrise, or we're going to look at the sunset. We're going to enjoy a good meal that we've cooked there, or we'll share one with our friends that we met there. That's the beauty of Grand Manan. You don't need a plan. You just need a sense of adventure and some energy. There's so much history in these tidal pools. I found an old rusted compass and I gave it to my friend Larry. He collects things like that. I do not. I mentioned hiking. Again, with two other friends, we decided we were going to go to do a hike that we've never done before. It's called Hole in the Wall. What a beautiful place. And what a beautiful hike. This is the first time we had actually been to Hole in the Wall. Many of the hikes on Grand Manan are just like this. You skirt the cliffs. And if you pick a great day like we did this day, blue skies, great visibility out into the ocean, boats, wildlife. In the background you can see the Swallowtail Lighthouse. And everything is so windblown and rugged. You can tell it's lived a hard life. These trails are lovely. They're rugged, just footpaths. Many of them have been built in the past to access the water in case of a shipwreck and to help people who may be stranded on the cliffs below. It's hard to believe that after all these years we'd never been to Hole in the Wall. So we started at Swallowtail, and we took the trail. We took our time and soaked it all in. It takes longer because everywhere you turn, there's a view just like that. You can't help but stop and soak it all in and take some photos, because you definitely want to remember it. There's some wildlife, there's some birds in the rocks down there. I suppose if I was a professional filmmaker, I'd cut out some of these photos and shorten things up. However, I have a very difficult time when it comes to Grand Manan reducing the size of the videos because of the number of amazing photographs. This is actually a tent site, hole-in-the-wall campground, cliffside tent sites, which we never stayed at. But you would put your tent on there. It's secured any way you could. These red markings are all over the island. This trail actually runs all the way to flocks of sheep in the south end of the island, southwest head. It's a 2-day journey for most, some 3. I've never done it, but I always romantically want to. I will someday make the 4-hour drive to Black's Harbor, walk on the boat, have a friend pick me up, drop me off in the south end of the island, and walk the trail back over a few days and get back in the boat and go home. I'll do it. This is our good friend Susan. She's from the Freeport, Maine area, one of the great friends we've made because of our time in Grand Manan. We're approaching Whale Cove at this point. Finally a seal. Not unusual, but you never know. I can never quite get that perfect shot, as much as I try. I just have my phone with me. I'm not a professional photographer. There's the other side of Whale Cove. Houses in the distance, up on the hills. We're getting closer, almost a hole in the wall. The trail doesn't get any easier, but it's virtually impossible to get lost. Well, not impossible, but you'd have to work hard. Follow the coast. If it stops, go inland. We really lucked into a beautiful day this particular day. I don't remember the exact temperature, but I suspect it was around 23 degrees. Looking at our clothing, and there we go, hole in the wall. First time we've ever seen it in person. There we are, finally there, the two of us. see Whale Cove in the background. While we were there was a gentleman there doing tintypes using photography technology from the 1860s. We commissioned him to do a tintype photo of us, and he did this one of me with my guitar for free. It's actually a photo on tin. That's actually his dark room in the back of his truck. Whitehead Island is a beautiful place to go, and we took some time to take the ferry over. It's about 20-25 minute ferry, free ferry from Ingleshead, and we took our bikes over, and we biked from one end of the island to the other. It doesn't take too long. It's about an 8-kilometer ride on the road, but it's well worth it if you get a nice day. There's not many people over there. There's lots of beaches and beautiful scenery. On this particular day, the geese were active, like they always are. That's one of the things about Grand Manan. If you don't hear geese, you wouldn't feel like you were there. They were very patient with me this day. Not many people know about Whitehead Island. Even people that go to Grand Manan, you have to make a point to go. There's a few beautiful beaches over there. One's by the lighthouse, which is you have to kind of fall upon it. This is an interesting beach just along the road. Just follow the little dirt road with cobblestones down to the beach, and you'll find things. That's one of the best parts about Grand Manan, is you just go somewhere and you explore and you find things. We found things on this island just because we didn't know where we were going. We just, we were respectful. We didn't go on private property, but we took natural roads and natural side roads, and you find these little things, these nice little beaches. No, there's no water slides, no bumper cars, no cotton candy, not a lot of gift shops. There's a few. It just isn't that kind of place. Take a good hard look at these videos and pictures, and you'll see what you're going to get if you go there. If you're up for adventure and exploring and making your own fun, this will be the place for you. There's some form of beauty in every nook and cranny if you look for it. We're heading back to the ferry at this point to go back to the mainland, I was going to say, but back to Grand Manan Island from Whitehead Island, and there's this beach here. I have great memories of finding it the first time and taking Simon there and throwing some kelp into the water. I have some videos on my channel. We're heading back to the ferry here, the little harbor. Whitehead Island. Brilliant lichen on that big rock just a minute ago. There we go. we're back on the ferry, heading back to Grand Manan. We've done so many things together since 1978. I shared a shorter video with some videos of this trail after a rain. This is the Red Point Trail that goes to Anchorage Provincial Park. I always enjoy getting to Anchorage this way for, I think it's a couple kilometers each way. It's our good friend Yvonne. Every year we used to go to the tea house down in the cove, and it's closed now, so we decided to go to Newton's. Got to do something. London Fog, I think, is what we had. Took these pictures at the museum in Grand Manan so I could get an idea of how to mount our tintypes when we got home. Thanks to MJ. Going to Grand Manan wouldn't be complete unless you took some time and went to Seal Cove. It's a really beautiful beach on the island. That's a lot of times you have it to yourself if you get there at the right tide and the right sun and fog. But it's a beautiful village, beautiful area on the island. Again, my shorter video has some video of this. Old and new historical structures. You see it all over the Maritimes. And good old hippie cats there waiting for us when we go back. This is the view from our cottage at Ingleshead Cottages.
Here's a port where I make my stand right here on Grand Manan. My days and I,
Well, we're wrapping up
we
another
fish
trip.
the bay, our days on it, we're on our way. As sure as the tide rolls in and out, we love this land.
Let David Jarvis take us out.
No doubt, they'll bury my bones beneath the sand on the island I love, Grand Manan.
If you like this video, please comment. Really appreciate if you subscribe and share it with your friends. Yeah, it's perfect music for a perfect time. Thank you all for watching.
Now some are born here and some from away. Now all are welcome to stay.
It's back on the ferry.
The boats head out, they're ready, yellow and green. Prettiest sight that anyone's seen. If things go south, then there ain't no doubt. The boys on the bay, they'll bail you out. They'll bury my bones beneath the sand on the island.
It's hard to believe it'll probably be another year before we get back.
We know the bed, how the tides flow. Act on wellboard and away we'll sail. We'll drop the traps and we hope we don't fail. Gotta love old Grand Manan. Gotta love old Grand Manan.
Thanks for watching. I hope you get to Grand Manan. We can't wait to go back. Goodbye to all our friends. We'll see you soon.
Hey! What are you doing? What are you doing, hippie? What are you doing, hippie? Huh? What are you doing? Hippie. Can't come that way. No. Oh, I know it's one. What is that? He says. Oh, I don't like that. Hippie. What are you doing? It was Donna. Whitehead Island. Perfect day to ride, really. A little overcast, little fog, sun's trying to come out. Very flat. She's way down there now. Got a little bit of panorama here. No shelling here. So we came from the ferry from back that way. I had enough. Come on, buddy. Watch out! Watch out! Oh, boy, drop it. Come here. Come on, buddy. Drop it. Drop it. It's okay, I'll get it. Ready? Here. Come here. Come on. Come here. Come see Daddy. Come here. Come. Drop it. Drop it. Come.